So today I'm going to try and do 5 Star Trek books in about 5 minutes. So the first one is Caretaker, which is number 1 after the episode. I was really excited to start reading this, but it was too similar to the episode. One thing I did like were some light moments right at first, the introspective from Tom and, well, everyone else, but especially Tom. And they also went over the people that died when the caretaker was throwing them into the Delta Quadrant. So, like, the helmsperson, the Betazoid, they finally went over her and her story, and I thought that was really nice, along with the doctor and the nurse. So it was a good read, but not all that I thought it was going to be. The first book of the number series I ever read, and I'm sorry about those, these are a little too well worn. I got them used, most of them, and they just started to fall apart. But this is number 2, The Escape. I didn't read the back before I read the book. If I did, I probably would never have read it because I don't like time travel, and there are a few other things I really didn't care the idea. But the book itself was really good. It was like another episode. The aliens were pretty neat. Maybe not the best, but it was still a very fun read. I was going through it pretty fast because I couldn't wait to find out how they got out of this mess that they did. And I really liked the parts about Neelix. His character grew. Overall, this is a good book. It's about time travel, but it was the best time travel book I'd read so far. And I skipped to number 3, so number 4, Violations. I thought this was a good book, but I just read number 8, which was Cybersong, and to me it was a little too similar, so it was like reading the same book almost. I thought it was good. The ending was a little bland for me. Basically, it is about it did tell me about Harry's job a little more, and I liked that, and I liked how they talked about the computer components and everything, although it did get a little too techy, I guess. So it was an okay read. Not my favorite though. Let's see, and then on to number 5, Incident at Arbuck. I did like this. It was Voyager was answering a distress call, and then they found this huge weapon. They think it's weapon, might be something else. And it was very interesting. I really loved the aliens in this one. And it was very fast-paced. That was another thing I liked about it. But basically, they're trying to figure out what happened. And then, of course, there was an incident. And then they're trying to figure out where this call comes from. And it kind of turns into a race against time sort of thing. So this is also very fast-paced. So I really enjoyed it. This was definitely, could have been an episode. It could have been a great episode, I think. Not my favorite, but I would still say like 4 stars. So somewhere in the middle of most of the Star Trek books I've given 3 to 5 stars. I really like them. So this is right in the middle. It's pretty good. I really enjoyed it. Number 6, probably one of my favorites. Again, I'm sorry if you hate this. I need to get new ones. This one is by Christy Golden. She's by far my favorite author because she gets the character so well. And there's so much development. And she seems to have read the other Trek books. Sometimes she's off, but most of the time she's pretty right on with the characters. Like she'll mention Janeway's past, but in episodes she correlates with them. The Murdered Son is about they find this son, and it's very young, but it's dying, and they kind of want to find out. After I read this book, I actually looked up everything there is to know about Sun. This really got me more into science, and it made me just look up everything because it seemed like she was talking about theories, and there were theories that were actually in existence. Sorry, I'm kind of getting off pace, but anyways, so the Murdered Son is kind of finding out what's going on with the sun and they kind of see what's going on and how do we help the species that seems primitive. And then they go on about how this species exists on this planet and their way of life, which is also very interesting. I really like it. Again, just about every Christie Golden book is a good one that I really like, and I would definitely recommend her. Okay, just a little over 5 minutes. So those are my quick reviews. Please let me know if you have any questions, what you thought. Maybe I should go a little bit slower. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.